Good to see you this morning. And today is our study. Very interesting study. I like those. Kind of keep your attention. Sometimes you have Old Testament passages that you'll preach. And if you were up here, honestly, you can see the people on the edge of your seat. How is this going to turn out? Well, today I'm going to read out of 1 Samuel, and that will be in the 10th chapter of 1 Samuel, verse 1. Even though we're going to be going and preaching out of 1 Samuel chapter 9, okay? So here's what it says in the 10th chapter in verse 1. Then Samuel took a vial of oil, and he poured it upon Saul's head, and he kissed it. And he said, "Is it not because the Lord has anointed thee to be the captain of his inheritance? Is it not because the Lord has anointed thee the captain over his inheritance?" Saul had no idea what all was taking place. He knew something was in a big manner, in a big way. Kind of frightened, kind of afraid. My gracious God, what is it that you're doing in my life, or you're wanting to do in my life? What is my future now? He was really in a confused state. But God helped him get all that cleared up and headed him out in the right direction. Now, what this passage in number 9 is about, it is about how did it all come about that Saul was anointed as the king of Israel. How did all of this play out? This is amazing. I love it. You will too. Here we title it is "The Man Who Went Searching for Donkeys and He Came Home a King." Hey, like that. A man who went searching for donkeys, but he came home a king. Hey, like to do that. That's a pretty good day's work there, wasn't it? Well, that's what happened. Beginning in the 9th chapter of 1 Samuel, around verse 1. Now, Kish was a very rich man, very influential man within the tribe of Benjamin, okay? And he had a son. Now, listen to this. And he had a son, and the son's name was Saul. Now, listen about old Saul. Saul was the most handsome man in Israel. He was head and shoulder taller than any other person in the land. Good looking, taller than any other man. The best looking man. Women chasing after him left, right. I guess maybe he's married. I don't know. But there you go. Now that's who he was. That's what God's fixing to choose. That's what God's going to pick. One day, we got that settled. One day Kish told Samuel, said, I got some, or told Saul, I got some donkeys that have got loose. I don't know where they've gone. But I want you and a servant to go out and search and hunt for those lost donkeys. I need them back. I want them back. And so I'm going to give you a little job to do. And I want you to go out there and I want you to find them. You see, the donkeys were a very valuable thing to Kish. There was a lot of money invested in these. It was his livelihood of living. And he couldn't just say, well, let them go. Let them go. Don't worry about it. Take the hit. Take the loss. No, he didn't want to do it. He said, I believe we can find them. We're going to go out and we're going to search. Because, why? why would he go to the expense and the grueling, agonizing days of walking? Listen, get this, because they were valuable to him. Wasn't valuable? What would it matter? Jesus told Saul, said, take one of your servants, and he said, listen this, you go at once. Don't fiddle around. You get your man and you get your things together and you get on it just as quick as you possibly can. Go out there quickly and search for my donkeys. The longer you fiddle around here, the farther they're going, and deeper and farther away. And the chances are we may never find those donkeys. So quickly get out there. That's how important and valuable the donkeys were. The king, he didn't want to fiddle around. Go find them, Saul, and bring them back. You with me? Something very important. You got to get it done. You got to go now. Don't hang around home. Man, make a bunch of peanut butter sandwiches. You get out there and you get on this thing quickly. These things are valuable. And so, Saul and his servant, that's what they did. Bible said they looked for him. Now watch him. They're valuable. Go quick, find them. They searched for 3 long days and nights. 3 long days and nights. Grueling, tired, exhausted. The terrain that they would travel, it wasn't easy. It was spent a lot of energy here. Wear you out, tire you out very quickly. But they spent those 3 hard days and nights out there trying their best if they could hear anything of the sound of a donkey. And they had heard nothing. They saw no track, nothing whatsoever that would lead them to say, here they are. We got the track now, you know. Now, we'll go and we'll find them and we'll take them back over yonder to Daddy. Wasn't any of that. 3 days. They looked high and they went low. I mean, that was where they could think about that where possible those donkeys will be. They went there. They searched there. They didn't withhold any of their energy or their time. They were serious about what they were doing. Traveled many miles. Many miles. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Saul told the servant, let's just give up search. I think we've looked hard enough, long enough, that I really believe, you know, if we were going to find those donkeys, I believe as diligently as what we have served and the energy and said, you know, man, we have looked everywhere we could think of where we might think the donkeys were, and they weren't there, and we're ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. That's what it is. I'm ready to go home. We'll tell Daddy, hey, we couldn't find them. We'll suffer the loss. We'll just have to eat it. Profit-wise, you know. Well, Saul was dead set on going home. I understand him. Can you see that? He said, man, what are we going to do? He said, we should have found these donkeys. In a matter of the time and the miles that we've spent, we should have found those donkeys, but we haven't. I don't know where they're at. I don't know where else to look. It's time to go home. Give up. Quit. Just go. Let's go home. The servant said, I want you to listen. Saul, let's not give up too soon. Let's not give up too soon. So I understand. I'm tired also. I'm wore out too. I don't know where to look. I not quit so soon or go back home so quickly. Let's look a little longer. Let's go a little further. You see where we're going, do you? You with me? That's good advice, wasn't it? Let me tell you something. This right here was the turn of Saul's life. The turn of that man's life. Had they went home like Saul said, and Saul was wanting to do, there the rest of the pages of the next chapters in the Word of God would have not been there had it been in the way of what Saul was wanting to do. Give up! Let's go home! Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I'm not saying that he was taking a shortcut. He was honest. He said, I don't know where we're going to find him. But here it is. The servant is giving him encouragement and said, listen, Saul, listen. Let's just give it a little more energy. Let's give it a little bit more time. Let's go a little further. Let's stay a little longer. And that was the turning point of this man's life. You'll see what I'm saying. He's going to tell you later, thank God I didn't go home. And I thank God for my servant for what he told me to do and his advice to given to me. He said, the servant said, I tell you what I'd like to do. Let's go over the hill and let's go find that next town because I just remembered. How about that? I just remembered. Ooh, at a time we're ready to go home. Well, the servant wasn't, but it just dawned on him. He said, there's a prophet of God over there in the next city. A prophet of God. I've heard about that prophet of God. Many people have went to him. He's a very reliable person. He is a man of great wisdom. He is a man of God. And I have heard of the people who went there and tried to seek out advice and got good advice. A man that can be trusted. A man truly of God. And if anybody knows anything about this, I believe it would be this prophet of God. Well, Saul said, all right, let's go. We'll try. Maybe you know something about these donkeys. I don't know. But I tell you what, if you're saying this, well, let's go try it, okay? You know, that is a most familiar story right there of Christians' lives. Very familiar. How many Christians, that were serving God in the church, serving the church, given to, always here, supporting, involved in the Word of God, to say that there was a time in their life when spiritually they were alive and they were hot and they were on fire for God. Valuable people to the church. For the work they did and the help that they gave and the attendance. And those people are very hard to find. A matter of fact, it said it takes 10 church members to find one church member that has that kind of sold out to the church and that type of commitment to the church. 10 to replace one. Hard to come by. But they're there. And they were in the church. And they were doing. And they were helping the church. And then, boom. What's always blown my mind is this. And it is the truth. 3 or 4 Sundays straight. And the possibility is that family won't be back in church. You say, is that all it would take? That's what you're saying. I've seen it. I've seen it. And a matter of fact, if you stop and think about it, you probably have seen it as well. within people's lives. People who at one time, but now, where are they? Where are they? Well, listen, holding these jobs in the church, helping the work of the church out. And now, where shall they be? Where are they today? What are they doing? They've lost something very valuable. Just like Kish, very valuable. Instead of retaining it, it was kind of like Saul. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just turn it loose. Oh, we'll just suffer the loss. Boy, and they will suffer the loss. I don't think we'll be back. Got in a habit. Something. 3, 4 weeks. And out of church, possibly for the rest of their life. Unbelievable. Oh, we'll just cut it off here. Not going to go any further. You're trying to retain. No. Just like was with the donkeys, wasn't it? He said, just let them go. Let them go. We're going to head back. We're going to go back. If you're at a point of that, think of what we've already said. Listen, don't give up the search. Go a little further. Stay with it a little longer. Don't give it up. Don't hang it up. That I'm not searching anymore. I'll go a little farther. Stay a little longer. Put a more of an effort to it. Like the servant said unto Saul. That's what we need. People who say, I'm not going to be defeated. I'm not going to let this happen in my spiritual life. It's so important to me to just let it go. All those years of the past, and just let it go. Let it go. Let me see. God has a provision waiting for me. A provision waiting for you. If you don't quit and you give up, don't give up, and you go on, I'm telling you right now, God will provide a way that'll refire, rekindle, give you that new hunger and desire to do the work of God in the church and outside the church. If we say, no, I'm not going to give it up. I got to keep going. I got to keep going. I got to regain what I've lost. And if we are serious, it is that God will give us a provision. Let me show you what I'm talking about. In verses 11 through 14, Saul and his servant came into the town, and they saw a young lady. And they asked him about the prophet of God. And the young woman, she said, well, today is your lucky day. Oh, it is? Yep, today is your lucky day. The prophet has just arrived to take part in a public sacrifice and so forth. And said, as if to say now, yesterday he wasn't here. You know, and tomorrow he's not going to be here. But for today, he's here. He's here today. You're here today. He's here today. What's your about? It's your lucky day, you see. Wow. I'm glad we wasn't here yesterday, you know. I'm glad we're here today. She said, now if you'll just stay on this road. Stay on the road right here. And if you'll just keep following that road, you'll come to the gate of the city. Gates of the city. Now hurry. You got to hurry. You can't fiddle around. You got to hurry or you're going to miss him, because he's on his way right now to go do that sacrifice. And if you don't hurry, you're going to miss him. So his servant did as the woman said. He came into the city, and Samuel was coming out of the city, and they were going in, and it was almost as if they run into each other. The prophet of God, that's who they were going to find. Like almost ran into each other. And Saul said, "Sir, do you know where the prophet of God is?" He said, "Well, I am the prophet of God." "You are?" He said, "Yeah, you two gentlemen, you come with me, because I want you to eat at my table, and we're going to fellowship together later today." You know. God's making provision to find them donkeys. God's providing a provision because they wouldn't give up. And they went on that extra mile of the way. Now they're finding a man that seems to be knowing something. A man that's going to get them something. A man that's going to give them a provision and going to let them know your donkeys is all right. Provision. When we keep going, that's when God gives us the provision that we can recover, recoup our spiritual life, and get back to where it once was before we kind of let it slide away from us. God gave provision. Listen, had they not went a little further, stayed out there a little longer, they'd have never met the prophet of God, and there never would have been a provision that would have been given to them, would it? I told you it was the turning point of his life. The turning point of his life. When the servant said, "Let's go. Let's go. One more. Let's go over one more hill. Let's go find that city and find that prophet of God." "Stay on this road," the woman said. And they did. You see. And we need to stay on the road. Stay on the road. It's going to lead us up there. Samuel said, "Now, boys, don't worry about that donkey. I have the donkeys, and they're okay. You know?" And just to think that Saul's going to call search up. He's going to call search up, and here's a man over there that's got the donkey. You see? And then he called search out, and he went on. He would have had his donkeys and have been lost. Don't quit and don't give up. God has a purpose. See, God has got a purpose in this whole thing. And the whole thing of the purpose that God had within it is the fact that Saul is going to become the king. And Saul doesn't know it, you see. Saul doesn't know anything about it. Israel wanted a king. And so God told Samuel, he said, "Now listen, there's a man. There's a man I'm going to be sending. And it'll be about this time tomorrow." He said, "I want to send a man," and said, "I want you to anoint him to be the king of Israel." And Saul had set out, having no idea any of this was going to happen or take place. Not at all. But he showed up. He met the prophet of God. It is that the prophet of God is what the Lord gave the message unto the prophet of God, but said, "Saul is the man that I'm going to use to bring deliverance to Israel from the Philistines and the oppression of the Philistines And a thief, he was ready to call it off. When Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said, he said, that's the man right there. Little did he know Saul searching for his donkeys and not understanding that here's the man that had them. But in the fact, the donkeys played a role in this. This was all within the plan of God. Let them donkeys get gone, not be found. Make them go another extra day or so. Had to go over and find the prophet of God. And the prophet of God to anoint Saul to be the king. Samuel told Saul, said, Saul, I'm here to tell you and give you a word of the Lord. The Lord has appointed you to be the leader and the king of Israel. And he said, you can't. It can't be me. I'm of the least qualified. You know, look at my clan. They're so little. Small. Why don't you go get somebody out of one of the big clans, the more smarter, more intelligent? You know? Now let's come back to this thing. Now listen to me. Let's go back to this thing about him being good looking. Why was it that God chose Saul? I'm going to tell you. Because he was the most good lookingest man in Israel. And he was the tallest. Now, you say, what does that have to do anything with it? Impressiveness upon the other people's subconscious mind to believe this man is of importance, and this man is of greatness, and this man is of much understanding. Smart. That's because of his height and his looks. To respect him. And you know they did. It worked. They said, is that the king that God give to us? If that's the king that God give to us, so be it. So be it. And they accepted him. You see, God has a purpose for our lives. Everybody, everyone has. God has a purpose. Has a purpose for the Christian, has a purpose for the lost. To be saved, get involved in the work of God. And if we're not careful, we'll miss it. We'll miss it. Because we give up too soon. Now when we should have went on a little further and a little longer, we didn't. And we called off the hunt too early before we could see whether anything was going to happen or not. Don't quit. Don't give up. God has a power. Saul give all the excuses about himself, but it was a matter of the fact that God anointed this man with his power and gave him the ability to be the king and to bring victory over the Philistines, and which that's exactly what had happened and what took place. God had a reason in all of this. God was in the midst of everything that you're seeing that led up to the point of the anointing of Saul as king. The lost donkey can't be found. Go over to the next city. You see, God was in the midst of all that. He had it planned out how it was going to work. And as the text we read, where that Samuel anointed him, and he became the king. I'm going to tell you one thing that jumps out in this study more than anything else. It's not necessarily the man who went hunting donkeys to become on the king, but it is of the fact to think that Saul was so close to the prophet, and could have given it up and went back and missed it all. Consider, look at it. Called off to search. What if he had? What would he have missed, you see? The servant was a man of encouragement of God to Saul. Encouraged him. Let's go. Let's go a little further. What do you say? Let's go one. Let's go one more, Jacob. Just one more. Thank God for people who will give that encouragement. Lift it up. Thank God for those that will say, yeah, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit now. I'm going to go on another mile, another 2 miles. Let me ask you this. Let's say if you had a $10,000 ring your husband bought you and you lost it. Would you, honey? Would you backtrack? Try to figure out where it might be? Would you give it everything you had? Sure you would. But then the spiritual things of our life, how quickly we'll just turn them loose and let it go. And say, well, what woman say? I never mind about it, doctor. No, we're going to try to, no, y'all come on, quit. He'll give me another one. Saul went a little further, stayed a little longer. Listen, and it was a turning point of the rest of his life. What about you? Fixing to the towel in too early. Losing sight of the value of your spiritual Christian life, of where you were at one time. Remember back, one thing that we may never forget, and that is this. Had Saul stopped and went home, then what? Then what? Secondly, because he didn't, and he went a little further, stayed a little longer, and it paid off. Oh, mercy. Do we not quit too often, too soon, and miss